This is a mock interview conducted by ForumIAS Academy at New Delhi. The interview panel includes eminent professors, retired bureaucrats, and other luminaries. The objective of the program is to acquaint the candidate with the format and expectations of the personality test conducted by UPSC.
May I come in, sir? Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Please sit down.
Thank you.
Ritika Verma.
Yes, sir.
You did BSc honors with maths and took maths as a subject?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Creditable. And your father is in government service. What does he do?
He's AGM in Indian Overseas Bank, sir.
It's overseas bank. I see. This is your third attempt. Before that, if you have appeared in
No, sir. I've given 3 mains, and this is my first interview.
3 mails you have already given. Oh, I see. So tell us something about yourself.
So my name is Ritika Verma. I was born in Patna, Bihar. I've done my BSc honors in mathematics from Miranda House, Delhi University. Presently, I'm living in Guntur, Andhra Pradesh, as my father is posted there. My hobbies include reading fiction, poetry writing, and reflective journaling, sir.
I see. But you originally come from Bihar.
Yes, sir.
So you'd be knowing things about Bihar anyways.
Yes, sir.
Why this land reform movement in Bihar has failed?
It's a land reform movement. So land in Bihar, due to the huge population pressure, is very fragmented. So that is one of the reasons why it has been difficult to consolidate land. So secondly, from the colonial era itself, the permanent settlement system has had an impact on the land reforms as well, because of the zamindari system. So there also exists a lot of landlord absenteeism in Bihar. That is also one of the reasons. So I could not think of more reasons right now.
Okay. Now, basically the failure of the land reform is leading to many other issues. Maybe your migration of labor from Bihar is also one of the reasons.
Yes, sir.
Had there been proper investment in agriculture, people won't have migrated in so large number.
Definitely.
So that is one reason for migration from Bihar. Is there any other reason for migration from Bihar? Because Bihar people are here everywhere, in fact, Punjab and all over the country.
Yes, sir. So one of the major reasons for migration from Bihar, especially from the rural areas to other places like Punjab and Maharashtra, is people are looking for employment opportunities, which they lack in Bihar. Especially the industrialization has not reached to a good level in Bihar, and because of that, laborers do tend to go to other places. So other than that, there's also less wage in Bihar as compared to other states. So that is also one of the reasons. So there also exists migration from the rural to urban areas of Bihar. So that is one kind of...
There is again lack of jobs.
Yes, sir.
But why do you think there is a lot of mechanization in agriculture? Why people are migrating even if agriculture is not mechanized, so mechanized?
So I believe that the population pressure on the land is very much. And because of small land holdings and bigger families.
Okay. Now tell me, there was a scheme called a scheme of prohibition in Bihar. Has it succeeded?
So prohibition was implemented by the government of Bihar as a result of the women's movement that asked for prohibition because it was leading to a lot of domestic violence and abuse. So the implementation of it has not been apt, because of which huge tragedies are happening. However, sir, as a policy, it is a part of our DPSP, the Directive Principles of State Policy, and hence it is for the social good of the society.
No, but the main purpose of domestic violence, has it come down? Is there any evidence to show that it has come down?
So I'm not aware of any reports as of now. I'll look up, sir.
Crime report, if you see domestic violence, I think you should be able to find out.
So I'll look upon.
Now, people talk about there's so much diversity in this country. Some people say there should be common civil code, and others say it should not be. What is your view on this?
So Uniform Civil Code again is a part of our Directive Principles of State Policy, and our constitutional forefathers intended it to be implemented in India when the time is right. So I believe that Uniform Civil Code is needed in our country because there exist differences in the personal laws, which has resulted in unfair indiscrimination against women and the LGBTQ community. So, but the implementation of it cannot be an abrupt one. It should be implemented in a staggered manner, where religious personal laws need to be codified first. And after that, the common areas of all the religious personal laws can be clubbed into one, and the most suitable Uniform Civil Code can be brought about, sir.
We agree it can be implemented even in diverse situations like India. Because so many people are not agreeing.
So I think if consensus is made and people are made aware of it.
Would you suggest stage-wise? So basic minimum today and some tomorrow?
Yes, sir. Stage-wise implementation will be better.
Okay.
Ritika,
Yes.
so IFS is your second choice, right?
Yes, sir.
Acha, in case you have followed Pakistan, you must have noticed that till 1986, per capita GDP of Pakistan was much higher than that of India. But now it is 66% less than India's. Where did Pakistan went wrong?
So in the recent times, we are seeing that the economic situation of Pakistan is not that good. And since the 1986, the policies, internal policies as well as the external policies of Pakistan have not been able to generate the GDP growth that it needed. So the reasons for it being, first of all, the state-sponsored terrorism and the use of these non-state actors to their advantage. So secondly has been the lack of infrastructure spending that they have been doing. That is, the capital spending has been very less. There has been an opportunistic alliance with the countries of the world, which has not been of benefit recently to them. So they have not been able to spend enough on social capital, that is on the education and health as much. And because of that, employment generation is also lacking, and hence the growth rate is not that high and the per capita income is getting lesser.
Okay. Now, recently there was this earthquake in Turkey, right?
Yes, sir.
Turkey has always been against India, pretty vocal against India's policy. They openly said that they are with Pakistan. They said that they would not sell their drones to India. Still, India is going a step ahead in helping Turkey in this crisis. What India is aiming to achieve out of this?
So India, as it has been reiterated by the Prime Minister several times, that we follow Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. And that means that the world is our family. And however much there is dispute in the family, if one is in a crisis, the other comes to save. And hence we have stood strong to our word that whenever there is problem anywhere in the world, we'll be the first responders. There's nothing to benefit from this, sir. It is just a policy, not even a policy, it is just a way how India works and its diplomacy and foreign policy works, sir. So we have been of help to Nepal when it was in a crisis, to the Maldives when it was a crisis, and now Turkey is in a crisis and we are there to help it.
The last question. India has inducted cheetah.
Sorry, sir?
India has inducted cheetah now.
Yes, sir.
They brought from Namibia.
Yes, sir.
No, but Indian cheetah used to be called as Asiatic cheetah. Which other country in Asia has got cheetah?
So the other country in Asia which has got cheetah, I believe, is Iran at this point of time, sir.
So was it a good idea to bring it from Namibia than from Iran?
So actually in Iran, the number of cheetahs are critically endangered, hence the number is very low. So even if we bring about a small number over here, there is a fear that if they not survive here, then the number will come down. So it was thought that African cheetahs need to be brought about so as to acclimatize them to the Indian conditions.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, Ritika.
Hello, sir.
I'll follow up on the answer you gave on Turkey. You said that there is nothing to achieve from helping Turkey for India. You think so? What are the foreign policy goals of any country according to you?
So the foreign policy goals of any country, firstly, is to maintain its strategic autonomy and to be to play the game for its own advantages, as well as whenever for India specifically, we also believe in helping others in times of need. So foreign policy goals also include to maintain.
Why does India believe it?
Sorry, sir.
Why does India believe it?
So because it is a part of our culture.
What part of culture does it belong to?
So this phrase has.
Why specifically India believe that we need to be helping anybody while everybody is against us?
So as far as I can remember, so the Vedas talk about them.
Do we derive it from the Vedas? Is current foreign policy based on the Vedas?
So not entirely, but also from the Arthashastra of.
Is the current foreign policy based on Arthashastra?
So not entirely. Ours is a combination of various different doctrines, and these are the two that I can remember of right now, sir.
What are we to derive out of it? What is the benefit of it?
So India seeks to have a global position.
Why did we build infrastructure in Afghanistan? Why? What was the benefit of that?
So one of the reasons for it was to promote India's soft power and also to increase the sustainable development goals in the region and for the socio-economic.
Why would we increase their or fulfill their sustainable development goals? We are lagging behind in our sustainable development goals only.
So indirectly, if the situation in Afghanistan is conducive and peaceful, then it is good for India, as Afghanistan is one of our neighbors. So
Tell me the difference between strategic autonomy and non-alignment.
So strategic autonomy is a term which is used in the context when a country forms alliances for its own self-interest and not being pressured by another third country for any policy. So non-alignment on the other hand is a term which was coined during the Cold War era, where we as a developing country thought that aligning with any one bloc of the Cold War era period, be the Soviet bloc or the US bloc, will not be conducive for our self-interest.
Ritika, many thinkers believe that nuclear weapons are a weapon of peace. Do you agree with that statement?
So India has always believed in the policy of nuclear disarmament.
Do you agree with that statement?
So, as a policy of deterrence, nuclear weapons do hold some stead. However, sir, I believe that the world should move towards nuclear disarmament, and it should not act as a goal to bring about peace.
Gandhi said that you should lead by examples, right?
Yes, sir.
So should India give up its nuclear weapons first and then ask everybody else to give up the nuclear weapons?
So, India maintains its nuclear policy as a deterrence. And because we have neighbors which have nuclear power, so in the interest of security, it would not be the wisest of decision to get away with our nuclear weapons at this point of time. However, sir, we tend to move towards, and our policy is towards nuclear disarmament.
You took mathematics as your option.
Yes, sir.
Can you apply game theory in foreign policy?
So I'm not able to recall it right now.
And who gave that?
So game theory was given by Sir John Nash.
All right. Okay, thank you, Ritika.
Thank you so much, sir.
Ritika,
Yes, sir.
you come from Bihar
Yes, sir.
and you are young enough that you might be reach the position of a chief secretary.
Yes, sir.
So just imagine yourself as, and if the CM has asked you for giving 3 suggestions for Bihar's economic turnaround, what those 3 suggestions would be?
So first suggestion would be towards the industrial policy in Bihar. The industrial growth has not been apt in Bihar and it needs to be strengthened.
What would that be?
So that would be the promotion of MSMEs and small industries and shifting farmers from the agricultural sector towards the industrial sector and promoting entrepreneurship.
Okay, second.
So second would be to increase the agricultural productivity.
But farmers are shifted to...
So, but the use of agri-tech technology could be used.
Great.
So the third would be towards preventing the brain drain from Bihar. So that would include providing enough employment opportunities in Bihar itself and educational opportunities as well.
Okay, great. Got your point. Also give 3 issues with the power sector of India.
So with respect to power sector, so first of the issue is that our distribution companies are a loss-making business and they are in debt.
Okay, discoms, debt.
So second is the AT&C losses, which is quite high in India. So I'm not able to recall the third problem.
Okay, you talked about, what was the first one?
So the
Discount debts. But couple of years back, government brought about a scheme for giving or substantiating with some funds through the states.
Yes.
What was that scheme?
So if I'm recalling it correct, it was called the 𝐂𝐨𝐻 scheme.
So was it not successful enough that the debt has continued since then?
So the success of the 𝐂𝐨𝐻 scheme was not as much as it was anticipated that it would be. And our discoms are still in debt, which is not conducive for the economy because our power demands are increasing by the day. So that is the reason.
Okay. Is electricity a freebie for you?
So electricity could act as a merit good if we are using it to promote education and employment as well as industrial growth. So in that context, if I'm using the term freebie for non-merit goods.
So how can we differentiate that how they are using it? if at all we are providing it to households.
Yes, sir.
So can it not be some essential requirement or amenity which should be given to, let's say, below poverty line people?
So it could be used as a freebie then. However, sir, it should be used in restraint, because a policy promoting electricity as a freebie will put on more pressure on our distribution companies and will eventually put on a pressure on banks as well. So
This should not be.
it should not be.
Okay. Ritika, you are also into poetry writing.
Yes, sir.
So coming is the revolution of artificial intelligence. Now we are dealing with ChatGPT, etc.
Yes, sir.
So I'm assuming that you are writing for yourself, but not at the professional level, maybe.
Yes.
But people who are writing professionally, isn't there, because of chat, some other artificial intelligence tools, just because they are writing better poetry than that a particular individual?
So poetry as a subject, to use the term better and worse, is very subjective. So however, artificial intelligence, through the use of machine learning, can learn up the existing poetry and use it to create new poetry. However, so the work of the human brain, that is to deal with emotions and to bring about poetry through emotion, which is the best kind of poetry if I am to use that term, can happen by humans only, at least at this point of time, unless the artificial intelligence learns how to emote. So at this point, I do not think the job is in danger. However, sir, in the future, it might be.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
So that's exactly the feedback we have. Actually. You are able to, you are a good person to talk to, very amiable person. You are formulating your answers very well. So those areas are not the problematic areas. Problematic area should be or would be only content.
Okay.
So you should spend the time only on content.
Okay.
And these marks will give you some type of question that can be asked.
Yes, sir.
But those questions you can write by looking at 𝐻𝐵. You can write yourself those questions.
Yes, sir.
So better you write down those questions, work for that. And particularly women issues, being a woman, coming from Bihar, Bimari issues, development, industrial development, what has been the problems.
Yes, sir.
Why there was a scheme to spread the industry across the country. There was a scheme, but that has not succeeded. Why Bihar lagged behind?
Yes.
Why land ceiling laws and those laws, when the zamindari was abolished, Bihar lagged, and everybody transferred the property or the land to some dogs and cats and so on and so forth.
Yes, sir.
So that is the reason why still you have landlords there.
Yes, sir.
And landlords have a vested interest to sustain their gain.
Yes, sir.
And that is why law and order situation is. So it is one after the other. If you could have used that question to relate that you are a good thinker.
Okay.
You are able to write a good story about what exactly has happened in that area.
Okay, sir.